Hello guys, welcome to the class today. And so today we are going to look at London system opening. So pretty much London system opening starts with D4, all right, and then continue by knight to F3, and then bishop to F4. So with this, we actually created a few good opportunity for us to actually build up a good defense. Where the first thing is we can actually build up a good pawn chain here. All right, these two pawns, and then like we can control all these squares at here. All right, and then we can provide a path for like our bishop to actually move out. All right, so because sometimes like we block the bishop to actually moving out from the space. All right, and the third thing is this allows us to actually castle like too early. All right, so basically this is like what is London system is. uh, the main concept behind London system is actually to control most of the squares so that black can cannot actually like move and try to attack our position. Any questions, guys?
Okay. Why do we always have to castling king side? Is it because it's better than castling on the queen side?
Yeah, kind of, because like king side, we have like more or less pieces to actually move before we can castle, but queen side we have like three pieces, which is like queen, bishop, and knight. And it's also it's usually like we only move queen at the middle of the game, not at the early stage. So castling, it's better to done it during the early stage so that we can like put our king in a safe position. So London system like really provide a good opportunity for us to actually castle king side earlier at the starting stage, and then we can just focus on the building the defense.
Oh, okay. I understand. Thank you, sir.
I also have question.
Yes.
Can the London system be played by the black side?
Sorry, come again.
Can the London system be played by the black side?
Okay, so this opening is mainly invented for white. All right. So if we play using a black pieces, so this is what we call as a color reversed opening, where like we are using the opposite colors move to actually implement in our own openings. So which means like black is now trying to use the same concept, which is London system, when it's trying to build system. But the thing is, it's always not recommended, and you guys like don't find it like great players like use that method, because like all the openings that invented for white is actually based on the advantage it has, which is first move. All right. So before, if let's say black tries to build a London system, I think since we have the first move advantage, we can easily break the system when black tries to implement it before it can actually like build that good defense system. So it is not advisable for us to use that.
Why is it important to have a pawn chain structure?
Okay, so as you can see here, a pawn structure is actually they are backing up each other diagonally. So that means like the first pawn is actually backed up by the second two pawns in rank 3, and then these both pawns in rank 3 is actually backed up by these pawns in rank 2. So as a black player, if you want to break this thing, all right, you have to like break this rank 2 pawn first, which is impossible for blacks to just come here and then just like break it. So and another thing is with this pawn structure, pawn chain structure, you can like control all the diagonal boxes as we shown here, so that like black doesn't have a chance to actually bring their pieces forward. Because if let's say they bring their pieces forward, they are simply going to trade it with a pawn. So which by points we will be leading, and by like the pieces we own, we will have the advantage over the game. That is why a pawn structure is very good.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, sir. I have a
Yes.
question. Like, how to determine which pieces should be moved first each time after a black move?
Okay, it depends on like how you actually read opponent's mind and how you're going to predict what he does. Like for example, if let's say black's going to open the pawn at here, so which means like most probably black's just going to bring his bishop at g4 to actually pin down the knight. So maybe you can bring your bishop here to actually protect this one, or you can simply leave your bishop unmoved here, all right, to actually provide a better a backup for the knight. So it's actually like depends on what kind of moves black does in order like to break our system. All right. So for example, like if let's say black attacks this bishop right here, so we can simply move our pawn to e3. So which means from here we have completed our landed system perfectly. So it depends on like how they play and how you're going to encounter it while building your landed system.
All right, understood, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, I also have a question. Is the London system any good? What if the black can easily counter this system?
If let's say black can easily counter this system at the early stage itself, that means we have to make our own another defense system. We cannot use London system. If let's say black couldn't have a chance to actually break this system at the early stage, they could only have chance like to break it in a middle game. Chances are black has to sacrifice like any other important pieces to actually break the system, as we already like controlling a lot of squares that prevents black to come forward.
I have a question too, which is we've discussed a lot about the advantages, but what are some of the biggest weaknesses of the London system?
Biggest weaknesses of London system is, as I say, we are more focused on defense side. So that means that we are not actually focusing on attack side, all right? So that's like the more, if let's say you are like a player that loves to attack more and not giving importance to like defense at the first early itself, so this might not be like a perfect opening for you. You might have like a better openings, you know. Second disadvantage of these London systems actually the bishop at f4 here, because like chances of you losing it without doing anything is very high, as like you can see in this position itself. Like if let's say they can bring their knight at here, they can knight can just easily take the bishop at here, and then we can like trade in with this pawn. But then later we will have like a double pawn structure at this squares, which is going to be like our weaknesses. So that's like the biggest cons of this London opening system.
Thank you.
Welcome.